the first time this year. Strickland, Cheney, Davis, Howard, and Weber. Chris Weber not available the last time these two played. And Bernie Bickerstaff with 302 career victories now in his second year at Washington needs 6 more wins to pass Hawks assistant Stan Albeck and move into 37th place all time on the NBA career win list. For the Hawks, 20-12. They had lost 7 straight until beating Golden State 2 days ago. Eldridge Rakasner at the guard with Steve Smith. Dikembe Mutombo from Georgetown in the middle. Christian Laettner and Tyrone Corbin at the forward spot. And in his 5th year with the Hawks, 25th as a head coach, Lenny Wilkens became the NBA's all-time winningest coach in January of '95 when the Hawks beat the Bullets 112-90 at the Omni, breaking Red Auerbach's NBA record of 938 career victories that Red set in 20 seasons. The officials, Dick Bavetta, Ron Olesiak, and Kevin Fear. Bavetta makes the toss, and the Hawks control it from Atlanta. Steve Buckhantz and Phil Chenier. I'm glad you're with us tonight on HTS.
The third-year guard, Eldridge Rakasner, is going to have a big load on his back. Not only does he have to initiate the offense, he's got to do a job on Rod Strickland.
Christian Laettner had 24 points and 11 rebounds the last time these two played. Makes the first basket of the game, 2-0 Hawks. Strickland underneath Davis. Davis up strong and has it slapped back by Mutombo.
Davis was trying to get that ball up quicker, but Mutombo has just such quick reaction.
Into the corner, wide open jumper, and counted from Tyrone Corbin, and the Hawks are up to a 4-0 lead. Last game, Dikembe had 6 blocks against Washington. Second in the lead in blocks. Weber fires, that's short. Davis the rebound. Boy, he had a chance to go up, but didn't take it.
I think he saw Dikembe in there.
Juwan Howard rattles one in. His first field goal. It's a 4-2 Atlanta lead.
Yeah, keep in mind, this is a team whose confidence is kind of teetering right now. They want to get back to a point where they're very confident. Oh.
That'll get your confidence back.
Well, I mean, their first 3 possessions, they've done nothing but score on them. So, nice assist there from Steve Smith.
Howard springs free. He shoots again. That one's off. Weber underneath for the rebound. Goes up, out passes it, and it's knocked out of bounds. 21 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, a shot blocker like Mutombo, it's so important to get him, force him to move around. If he's allowed to set up his defensive position and posture right up underneath the basket, it's going to be difficult.
Weber's shot no good. Laettner all alone for the rebound. 6-2 Atlanta lead, looking to build on that. Eldridge Rakasner in his 4th year from Washington. Back nearly a backcourt violation, but they save it with 10 on the shot clock. Steve Smith around a Laettner pick, drives on Weber, loses the ball out of bounds. And a turnover, the first of the game, goes over to Washington. Hawks have not missed from the floor, 3 of 3. The Wizards just 1 of 5 so far.
Well, this is a matchup I'm sure they're going to try and work on pretty early. Tyrone Corbin on Juwan Howard.
Strickland double pump, shoots no good. Rebound run down by Corbin. Washington 1 of 6 from the floor. Rakasner pulls up, misses everything. Cheney the board. First time Calvert's touched the ball offensively. He shoots, that's strong. And Mutombo has another rebound. Dikembe averages 11.3. That's 6th in the NBA. Cheney holds Smith as he drives to the hoop.
Fouled on 40, Calvert Cheney is first.
First personal on Calvert.
This is going to be a good battle. Calvert, a strong defensive player, and Steve Smith, I'm sure, feels like he's got to get things going offensively for this team.
Wizards with a steal. Here they come, 4 on 3. Now 4 on 4. Cheney spots up, way off. Davis is there, has it slapped from behind, and a foul called on Tyrone Corbin. Wizards will have it in on the side. Washington 19-17 overall, 10-6 at home, and on the road 9-11. And the Wizards playing more road games than any team in the NBA so far.
Yeah, after this game, though, they've got a stretch of 6 consecutive games at home.
Strickland goes to the paint, leaves it off for Davis, slapped away into the backcourt, chased down by Smith, and he will score the layup.
Boy, that's called playing the passing lane. Steve Smith with the long arm was able to pick that pass off from Terry Davis.
The Wizards, a combination of cold shooting and carelessness. And they trail by 6 with a 20-second timeout taken by Bernie Bickerstaff.
The 22nd, again, you're talking about a team that's probably their confidence is somewhat fragile. Steve Smith making a nice play in between, really like a 2-on-1 situation. Plays the passing lane and goes in for the layup.
Was not a smart pass by Terry Davis.
Well, I mean, that was a pass, but you got to make a bounce pass
right,
or,
exactly.
Find a way to get it by that defender. He was gambling the whole time.
Atlanta 4 of 5 from the floor. The Wizards just 1 of 8 so far.
Yeah, and this is a team, the Washington team that we're talking about, who has traditionally started off very well in the first quarter.
They outscore their opponents in the first quarter and out-average them in the first quarter. Underneath, Howard turns, shoots, no good. Rebound to Atlanta. 1 for 9 from the floor. Smith pulls up. It's a 10-2 Atlanta lead. Hawks had lost 7 straight games before beating Golden State Wednesday night, 106-86. Steve Smith had a season-high 35. Strickland can't get the shot. Now they're 1 of 10. Rick Kasner.
Well, they've got mismatches all over the floor.
Inside, Leitner stripped away, ball on the floor, knocked out of bounds. Back to Atlanta. 7:50 to go first quarter, 10-2 Hawks.
Wizards have to do a better job not only getting back quickly on defense, but getting back to their assigned players, not to have guards guarding centers.
Davis takes the charge, and this time he gets it. And look at Smith is saying he's in the circle. And the official says he was out of the box.
Well, there you see Chaney driving him towards the baseline, and we see that Terry Davis's feet just outside that line there.
Good call.
Yeah. Washington's gone over 3 minutes without a basket. They need to get something going.
And to Howard, who tries to slam, he missed it. That's 1 for 11. Here's Rick Kasner.
That's the only thing Juwan could do because Dikembe was coming fast and strong.
Smith pulls up for the long one. No good. Rebound to Washington. Strickland will bring it up. Ahead to Howard. Nice pass. Juwan inside. Fakes. It's blocked away, and the Hawks have it again. Corbin baseline. Chaney chases it down. Weber spots up. That's no good. Washington can't buy a hoop.
Yeah, but and that's even more reason to get into their offense, try and get some movement. Like I said, move Mutombo around. Right now, he's been very effective just setting up defensively close to the basket, if not blocking shots, forcing missed shots.
Davis fronting Mutombo. Now Dikembe has it. He'll try the sky hook. That's way off. Davis the rebound.
Yeah, only 4 seconds on the shot clock, so Dikembe had a reason to put that ball up. They still have everyone away from the basket. They got to get something.
Howard lays it off for Chaney for the open jumper, and Calbert Chaney breaks the string and has the field goal. And the Hawks will take time with 5:56 to go in the first quarter. And Atlanta leading 10-4. Standings in the Eastern Conference, the top 8 teams make the playoffs. Atlanta is currently tied with Cleveland, both with records of 20 and 12. If the season ended tonight, the Wizards would not be in. They are currently 1.5 games behind the New Jersey Nets. Washington in 4th place in the Atlantic Division with a record of 19 and 17, 4 games out of first.
Well, you can see Michigan versus Michigan State. Steve Smith getting pushed out of position by Juwan Howard, but Dikembe his teammate has him backed up.
Wizards just 2 of 14 from the floor. That's 14%. And Howard muscling in. There's a loose ball foul. It'll be called on Atlanta. Tracy Murray saw Dikembe Mutombo go to the floor and roll over on his leg just a little bit, but Tracy looks like he's shaking it off.
I didn't pick up who the foul was on.
They got Mutombo for the foul.
There's a lot of physical play. Juwan was, again, tangled with a couple of other, Laettner and Smith.
Murray backs out, now fires, no good. Rebound, Rick Kasner. Wizards 2 of 15. First personal on Mutombo.
Steve Smith probably glad to have Calbert Cheaney switched off of him. Calbert really playing him strong.
Corbin, bottom of the net, 2-point field goal. It's a 6-point Atlanta lead. A correction, 8-point Atlanta lead. 12-4. Strickland underneath Howard, lays it off Weber, and that's blocked. There is a lid on that basket.
Well, Mutombo is the lid. He controls it.
Howard reaching in, called for the foul on Christian Laettner. They had a battle the last time these two teams played. First personal on Juwan, second on the team.
Well, good dish off, but again, you've got Mutombo not having to move very far away from the basket, so he's able to set up and force the missed shot. Nice challenge there by Chris Webber, but you're talking about one of the league's top shot blockers.
Shot missed. Eight-point Atlanta lead. Laettner inside. Cross court. Great ball movement. Into the corner for Rick Kasner, who nails it. A three-point basket.
Good no call by the official. Steve Smith tried to fall down after releasing that shot.
Yeah, my mistake. It was Smith, not Rick Kasner. Whistle. And I think it's going to be an illegal defense charge to Atlanta. They're first. Wizards on the side.
Legal defense, Atlanta.
Boy, Washington, one of the top scoring teams in the league. We haven't seen them this ineffective offensively in a very long time.
Trailing by 11, Strickland is muscled. And let's see what Dick Bavetta calls. It's on Eldridge Rick Kasner, his first.
I think we've just seen some things that they can do against his team, and that's movement and forcing Dikembe to move. He was the one that got called for the illegal defense.
Ball slapped around, picked up by Atlanta. The Hawks on an 11-2 run in the last 7 minutes and 2 seconds. Laettner all the way, lays it in. 13-point Hawk lead. The Wizards need a time. 3:26 to go first quarter, and they are cold as ice here in Hotlanta. The league leaders provided to us by Toyota. In assists, Rod Strickland still leading the NBA, 10.5 per game. Well, the first quarter low for Washington this year is 16 points against Utah on December 15th. Their low for any quarter is 10 points at Boston on December the 12th. Right now they have 12 points. And the shooting absolutely horrendous. The Wizards 2 of 18, and Weber gets the slam off the alley-oop pass. That breaks the drought.
Well, again, they're forcing that play right there forced Mutombo, or it should force him to pay a little bit more attention to his man. In that case, it was Chris Webber. Had his back turned and got the lob to Chris.
Chucky Brown works up, no good. Dikembe follow no, and Howard saves it to Strickland. Rod goes all the way, lays it off, and then provides a nice pick for Weber to the hoop.
He certainly did. Nice finish off with the left hand by Chris Webber.
The Wizards have avoided their all-time low for a quarter, which is 7 points scored against Golden State in 1994. That's the team record. Laettner fires and hits again.
Christian Laettner.
Laettner averaging 15.4 points a game, had 24 against the Wizards back in November. Strickland, good drive to the hoop, reverse layup is a
beautiful. Difficult shot there too by Rod Strickland.
Kasner brings it up, guarded by Strickland.
2 minutes.
Laettner, that quick move all the way, missed the shot. He's so fast to the hoop for the big man. Strickler all the way. Strickland to Chaney, beautiful play. Wizards making a comeback, Phil.
Yeah, another difficult shot in this. Last few times they've done it with quick baskets, transition-wise. They've pushed the ball up and gotten some real good shot close to the basket.
7-point lead.
Go, Cal, all the way, Cal.
Rick Kasner jumper no good. Ball tipped to Laettner. Guarded by Weber. And he's mugged by someone. And let's see who they call it on. It's either Weber or Chaney. They'll call it on Chris Weber.
Chaney tried to raise his hand and get the call. Got a box out there. And that's Dikembe. They kept the ball alive. Laettner was the one that grabbed the loose ball.
Laettner, an 88% free throw shooter, as you see, 6th in the NBA. Largest lead was 13 points at 17-4 moments ago. Chris Weber playing in this game with a touch of the flu. He missed the shoot around this morning. And is probably a little dehydrated. Laettner has 8 points. Strickland. Nice pass to Grant.
Yes.
Harvey Grant, who started for the Wizards when they played the Hawks last time because of Weber's absence.
That was when Chris was out with a strained back and a sore back.
Harvey played 33 minutes in that game. Chucky Brown knocked off his leg by Tracy Murray.
Right now, Rod Strickland is daring Eldridge Kasner to take something upon himself offensively and attack the basket or hit the outside shot, dropping way off him to help Tracy out.
Tim Legner checks back in for Washington, or checks in for the first time tonight. Murray, bounce pass Howard.
3 seconds.
To Juan. Fake, nice play, and a little short on the short jump hook. Legler really battling with Steve Smith.
Yeah, he's front and did a good job to force him away from the basket.
7 on the shot clock. Smith, baseline. He's held by Legler, and they'll call the foul, I believe. It is on Tim Legler, his first personal.
Tim Legler is first.
Doing a good job, but then the quick move to the hoop forced him to hold him just a bit. And we are in the shooting situation for Atlanta as Smith goes to the line, 87%, 7th in the NBA. Right behind his teammate.
Steve Smith started off his career in Miami, then was eventually traded, but started off playing at the point guard, so he has tremendous ball handling skills. You saw him just a minute ago to force that, draw that foul from Tim Legler, using the left hand and spinning. And let's see, George Mirasan Cologne.
What is that, cabbage? George still a couple of weeks away from getting back into any kind of action, but could be longer than that, considering he hasn't played at all. Strickland all the way, reverses a beauty. No call, they're letting him play tonight. And at the buzzer, the first quarter of action has come to an end. The Hawks, after leading by as many as 13, are up now 23-16 at the end of one, and will return to Atlanta right after these words. Yes, of Wizards basketball brought to you tonight by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you have the freedom to go places and do things you never thought possible. And by your friends at Toyota. For quality and service that's simply the best. See your Toyota dealer today. Well, let's take another look at Strickland's impressive move to the basket.
Yeah, just before the quarter ended, look at him switch to the left hand, and he catches Dikembe in that no defense zone right underneath the basket. Could have gotten called for a foul reaching across the body, but a beautiful move by Rod.
Well, there's the dismal numbers for Washington. 32% in the first quarter on 8 of 25 shooting.
Yeah, they've got to be happy to be only down by 7.
That's right. They were out rebounded by 6, and there were 3 blocked shots by Atlanta in the first quarter, none for Washington. 4 Atlanta turnovers, just 1 for the Wizards. Tracy Murray drives to the baseline. Fadeaway is a little strong.
Well, again, Dikembe's presence forced Tracy to pull up and shoot that fadeaway jumper as opposed to taking it to the basket.
Wizards went on a 12-6 run in the last 3:08 of the first quarter to cut the lead to 7. Mutombo, hounded by Weber, picks up his dribble.
Picked up his pivot foot, too. Should have been a travel.
With 4 on the shot clock, Harvey Grant knocks the ball out of bounds.
And this is probably the area they really miss Mookie. A very aggressive player. Shoots the 3. But at this situation, you need somebody that's going to create something quickly.
Henderson all the way, hacked by Grant with 1 second on the shot clock. Mookie Blaylock has been injured on and off for a while. Blaylock is not playing tonight. He was hurt actually in warm-ups before their first game against the Lakers at Georgia Dome back on December 19th. He missed a game at Miami, missed the next one at home against Utah. After a week of rest, he played about 41 minutes against Milwaukee, but then lasted only 7 minutes a night later in Chicago. And he is on the injured list. And Ed Gray has been suspended for 1 game because today he failed to take a look at his problem, his strained groin. Weber shot short. Chris has been cold. And so they suspended him for a game.
Looks like they really want to try and work on Tim Legler, and it backfired on him.
All the way and up and in.
I'll tell you what, Allen Henderson has shown some really good moves to the basket. The last one forced the foul with just a second on the shot clock, and then he converts the 2 going again to the basket. He had 18 points and 8 rebounds against the Warriors.
Legler springs free, gets a pretty good look at the basket. His shot is strong. Henderson again. Around Grant, forced to the baseline. To Chucky Brown, into the corner. Traveling is called on Rekasner.
He started moving towards the basket before he put the ball on the floor.
Again for the Wizards. Howard checks in for 44, Harvey Grant.
Juwan Howard into the Washington lineup. They go with Legler, Murray, Howard, Strickland, and Weber.
And you see the turnovers.
Legler again. Again it's strong. Weber the rebound. Short jumper no good. And Mutombo pushes Howard out of the way. They'll call a loose ball foul on Dikembe Mutombo. His second personal. Weber just 2 of 9 from the floor so far, Phil.
You know, I think Weber, after releasing that shot, he was the one that started that whole pushing affair, pushed Mutombo, and Mutombo in turn pushed
Howard.
Juwan, yeah.
Second on Dikembe. Juwan trying to go baseline. Legler, Murray, Strickland. Still plenty of time. Legler on the running jumper. Got it. 1 of 3 from the floor for Tim Legler.
Tim showed a lot of patience. Could have pulled the quick trigger behind the 3-point line.
Mutombo all the way. Henderson lays it off, and the follow by Dikembe. 4 points for Mutombo and a whistle and a foul.
Fouls on number 3, Hawk Eldridge Rekasner, his second. Team second.
Well, they got Rekasner there for holding Tim Legler. Legler going to the low post position.
Steve Smith has 9 points. Leitner has 8 for Atlanta. Inside to Juwan. Chaney back in the contest. Chris from way outside. That's off the mark. He is really cold in this quarter, in this half rather. 10-point Hawks lead. 8:57 to go first half. 4 on the shot clock. Henderson, double team, fadeaway jumper. Oh, man. With 1 second.
3 times that he's created something for himself. And if anybody, he's been the creator out there much more than the point guard.
5 points for Alan Henderson. Strickland kicks it out to Chaney, who's open. And Calvert buries it. Calvert Chaney averaging 12.3 points a game. At 14 the last time these two squads met. And a timeout is taken by Atlanta with 8:22 to go in the first half. It's the Hawks 30 and the Wizards 20, and we'll return to the Thriller Dome in just a moment. Look at tonight's Chevy Chase Bank trivia question. Who holds the Atlanta franchise record for rebounds in a game?
I'm going to go with Walt Bellamy. But they also had Kevin Willis.
33 against the then Bullets in 92. Tonight we are coming to you from the Thriller Dome, where this Atlanta team playing the 4th of 13 games here. The rest of them are over at the Georgia Dome. This place seats about 9,300 folks and is the home of the Georgia Institute of Technology. And now one official called an illegal defense on Washington.
And Dick Bavetta says that the ball handler was faking the ball in, which you're allowed that 1 step.
And he overruled him.
Right.
One on the shot clock. Unbelievable.
Well, that's two of the last 2 possessions, I think. Alan Henderson for 1, and now Steve Smith.
Smith has 11. Chris Whitney in the game for Washington. Chaney being banged around as Weber drives. That's way off. No call. Saved in by Mutombo. Chucky Brown. Largest lead of the game, 14.
Don't forget, they have to turn around and play this team again Sunday.
Howard wide open for the jumper. Got it.
Of course, that's at the MCI Arena, but I always like the idea of playing teams back-to-back. It somehow felt more challenging, probably mentally, more so than anything else.
Smith being guarded by Whitney, leaves it off for Corbin with Legler on him. Now back to Smith. Gets Whitney up into the air on the fake and draws the foul.
Well, they're sending a pretty good free throw shooter to the line. Steve Smith does a good job of getting Whitney off his feet and drawing the contact.
When Washington came here back on November 18th, the Hawks had opened up the season with victories over Orlando, Toronto, Detroit, Philadelphia, Chicago, Cleveland, Seattle, Indiana, Sacramento, and the LA Clippers. And then they beat the Wizards for their 11th straight victory before losing to the Knicks 100-79 at home to end that streak. And then just before they beat Golden State Wednesday, they had a 7-game losing streak, which was their longest since the 91-92 season. And tonight, without Mookie Blaylock and Ed Gray, Whitney stolen from behind, and Weber gets it back. Underneath, alley-oop, Weber can't get it. He was muscled. He gets the rebound and brings it out. Everybody in the building wanted up and down, but they didn't get it. Chaney spots up, and somebody got a piece of it. Ball's on the ground on the end line and back to Washington. Liddell Eccles in for the Wizards, and Strickland comes in for Whitney. So the Wizards with Strickland, Howard, Eccles, Weber, and Chaney. And Christian Laettner will check back in for the home team, replacing Chucky Brown.
Well, just what we talked about before the game, Steve, the fact that this team is very desperate for a win and getting back to the level of play that they had when they started the season.
Strickland forced to take a jumper, no good. Ball knocked away. Atlanta has it. Up to Henderson. Fouled, and he scores.
Nice move by Alan Henderson. This is third year.
Henderson.
You can see where he's picked up some weight, put on a little, gotten a little stronger, and is doing a very good job coming off the bench for this team. Averages about 10 points a game.
16-point lead, largest of the game for Atlanta. Weber turns and scores.
Weber, 2 points.
Chris Weber, who has 2 personal fouls, now has 6 points on the night.
Well, Atlanta has a real big team in there now.
Howard fronting Dikembe, gets around him, goes up, misses the shot. He lost it going up, and then Babetta makes the call. It'll be on Weber, his 3rd personal foul.
Wizard Chris Weber is
Late call, but he made it regardless.
Yeah, it really was a late call, and like you said, I believe Mutombo really had lost possession of this ball. He goes up. It's hard to tell from that angle, and I think we'll get a better look now.
Guess they called Chris with the body.
On the line, shoots 2.
And Dikembe at the line in his 7th year from Georgetown. Misses the first. In his final season with the Hoyas, he was the Big East Defensive Player of the Year and all Big East first team. He left Georgetown as the school's all-time leader in field goal percentage at 64 and 2nd behind Patrick Ewing in blocks all-time at Georgetown.
Dikembe also is leading the voting for starting centers in the East.
Chaney on the right wing, guarded by Leitner. Working on
Chaney's
him.
got to use his quickness to get around him.
He can't
Juwan
do it.
has to get out of the way.
Now he'll have to shoot. Misses. Rebound Atlanta. Wizards look totally out of sync here in the first half.
Yeah, they had 2 other players on that side, so there was nowhere for Chaney to go. There's not a lot of motion to their offense.
Underneath, the short jumper is good from Alan Henderson. Henderson, who averages almost 10.5 points a game. Largest lead of the game for Atlanta, 41-24, with 4:53 to go in the first half, and we will take a break.
Hawks fans, get ready for yoga. Atlanta Hawks dance team. Come on, fans, get loud. It's simply irresistible.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA. Steve Buckhantz, Phil Chenier, our producer Chris Glass on hand with you tonight from Atlanta, where the Hawks have been on a 13-4 run. In the last 3 minutes and 33 seconds, his Strickland shot is blocked, and the Wizards get it back. Strickland flexing his left hand. Looks like that may have been hurt a little bit or jammed on the last trip over. Howard's shot way short, gets his own rebound and has it stolen away.
Well, their shooting percentage continues to go down. They call traveling on Steve Smith.
He is not happy about that.
But in the first quarter, Washington 8 for 25, 32%. And in the second quarter, even worse, 4 for 18, less than 25%. So they have not, Bernie Bickerstaff has not been able to solve the offensive problem here. You see Tracy Murray getting ready to check in.
He's tried different combinations. He had Legler in the game. Here's Chaney. That's bounced and kicked out of bounds. And he'll get Murray back in and bring Ben Wallace into the contest for Washington.
Ben Wallace.
So Davis will come out and Chaney will come out. It's Eccles, Wallace, Strickland, Howard, and Murray for the Wizards.
Still have a situation where Mutombo is able to kind of plant himself down low.
Eccles goes up and draws a foul. Legs and arms flying everywhere.
Yeah, Steve and I got a chance to talk a little bit with Mike Glenn, who does the color for the Hawks, and it's one of the things Mike said, well, I'd hate to have to guard Liddell because his arms go one way and legs go the other. He's going to kick you and knee you, hit you in the face. But he goes to the free throw line.
And this is the first trip to the free throw line for Washington. And usually the sure-shotted Eccles makes, but he misses. Just the I mean, he's made 27 of 31 coming in and goes 1 of 2. So only the 5th miss of the season for Eccles in 33 attempts. Underneath,
Good
nice
help.
play by Howard to come steal that away.
Smaller lineup in for the Wizards, but they're going to be trapping and trying to create something all over.
Eccles is open. 3-pointer.
Yeah.
Got it. Liddell Eccles hits the 10th 3-pointer of the season. He's shooting 53%, maybe a little better from 3-point range.
Yeah. He's been very effective. He and Tracy coming off the bench, but he doesn't get as much time as Tracy. Yeah, he's been extremely effective.
Smith with a nice fake on Eccles and then cans the jumper.
Well, Liddell made the mistake of leaving his feet. When you charge at a shooter, you don't want him to give you that fake and get by you.
Strickland's shot hits the back of the rim. Weber, or rather Wallace, knocks it down and saved by the Wizards. Eccles back there to try another one. It's up, and that one's a little short. Atlanta the rebound. 14 points for Steve Smith in this half.
Good help
Play by
again.
the deck.
You do want to get out and run quickly, but you've got to be sure of your outlet pass in that. And Christian Laettner right there in between to pick off that pass.
Atlanta by 17. Howard tries to fight through underneath, guarded by Henderson. Turns on Allen and can't get it. Wallace tries to follow. A loose ball foul to be called on Ben Wallace.
But Ben knows that he has 6 good fouls to use. He used one of them right there. Almost climbs the back of Mutombo. Gets a running start.
Phil, I don't know when I have seen a team shoot so cold from the floor. It's been a long time. And they are missing everything. Wide open shots.
Yeah.
Eccles is one of the exceptions.
Well, I tell you, one of the things that is an effective part of their offense is the fact that they've got some players that can get the ball inside, especially with Rod Strickland. They've got players that can deliver inside, Juwan and Chris, of course. But when you have Mutombo and he's stationary, and probably over the last 5-6 years, the league's best shot blocker, 2-time defensive player of the year, then it seems like it shuts the whole part of the court off to you, and you're limited to just one part of the court. So they've got to do some things to force him to move around a little bit, maybe pick up that 3rd personal foul on him to get him to sit down, and things will open up a little bit for him.
Murray springs free, and that's short.
Yeah.
Wallace the follow and gets it.
And that's one of those shots you're talking about now. 9 times out of 10, we see Tracy make those shots. He's wide open for the 3.
Laettner, and Murray knocks it out of bounds. One of the things, too, Phil, is that the last time these two teams played, and we talked about it, Dikembe was rendered fairly ineffective early by Terry Davis, but now, and in this game, he has been anything but ineffective. In fact, he's been productive, and that is one of the big differences in Atlanta's big lead.
I think it's really been their defense. He's just shut things off inside for him.
Juwan made a nice play on the ball. It nearly was a jump ball situation, and then it was knocked out of bounds.
But the unit Bernie has it now, they're trapping, they're gambling, they're forcing this Hawk team to make some long passes.
1 second on the shot clock, and just before the change of possession, a 24-second violation. So the Wizards get it back, trailing by 16.
Well, that was a call that went against Washington.
Yeah,
Juwan
they
looks
were
like he
breaking.
would have had an easy breakaway.
Legler, Tim Legler, trying to get that open shot. He's 1 of 3 tonight. Howard against Henderson, backs in on him, now feeds it off for Wallace. Ben short jumper, no good. Rebounds on the floor. I don't think Juwan knew it was right by his legs. Wizards just can't get a good look at the basket, and when they do, they can't make it. Ball tipped away. Strickland coming the other way. Rod, beautiful move. Lays it off. And Juwan misses, but he will shoot 2 and could be hurt. And Howard in pain on the floor. And I'm not sure what Bavetta's calling.
I don't think he hit the floor as hard as it actually looked. Let's see if we can take a look.
Oh,
he got hit across the face. That's where it's in pain. He really didn't hit the floor hard.
No, so his body's okay, but he did get hit in the face by Laettner right there.
Christian Laettner is first.
And that's, you know, you hate to see anyone hit in the face, but at least we know it's not legs or knees or ankles.
Yeah.
Oh, here, hurt.
My hand is hurt.
That's right.
That's good mics over there.
Sure is.
30-20. We don't have a toy.
Once again, you see Laettner going for the ball, but still getting Juwan across his face.
Now, Juwan must shoot the free throws, because if he leaves the game, he's not allowed back in.
Yeah, they learned from that.
Yeah.
I think he's just trying to catch his wind, really. He was able to, even after the contact, he was able to at least catch himself and come down without injuring himself further. Ooh, did they call this a flagrant foul?
Yeah, I think they did call it a flagrant foul. There are 2 different types of flagrant fouls in the NBA. Flagrant 1 and flagrant 2. Flagrant 1 is just what Howard is at the line for. Flagrant 2 is the ejection of a player. Juwan makes 1 of 2, and the Wizards will have the ball. See Bavetta explaining it to Lenny Wilkens. There is no intentional foul in the NBA anymore. They've gotten rid of that rule, that call, and now they go with the 2 different types of flagrant fouls. Murray from way outside. There it is. Get that guy heated up.
Yeah. Inbounded quickly to Juwan, and he kicked it right back over to Tracy.
Alley-oop too high for Mutombo and out of bounds. Wizards have cut it to 13 with 45 seconds to go in the half. That's the 10th turnover for Atlanta in this half. Washington has committed 3. Little backcourt pressure by Rakasner on Strickland.
And this little half-court trap has really created some confusion on the part of the offense of the Hawks.
Strickland again goes in, up, short shot, good. Nice penetration by Strickland using his body.
And he had one eye on Mutombo. He knew where he was at all times, but he felt confident he could take Rakasner.
Oh, they streak it to Laettner to the hoop. The gamble paid off for Atlanta, but not for Washington.
Well, that time Atlanta did a real good job breaking the trap by getting the ball in the middle and having your wings cut to the basket. It becomes a 2-on-1 situation.
Nice pass to Murray for the slam.
Boy, Rod Strickland continues to just set his teammates up.
At the buzzer. So the Hawks, who had their largest lead of 18 at 46-28, have seen that cut to 11 as the first half comes to an end in Atlanta. It's 48-37 Hawks after 1 half. We'll return to the Alexander Memorial Coliseum in just a moment. Let's look at the Washington Post out-of-town scoreboard. Some early scores for you. Wizards will turn around, fly home, and take on these same Atlanta Hawks Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m. at the MCI Center. Back-to-back. We talked about how this team seemed to be ripe for the picking without Mookie Blaylock, without rookie Ed Gray, and with Chris Webber back in the lineup. C-Webb did not play the first time these 2 teams met. He's got a touch of the flu tonight. And in the first quarter, or rather the first half, he had 6 points, 7 rebounds with 3 personal fouls, which limited his playing time to 17 minutes.
Yeah, they got a combined 11 points out of he and Juwan, and of course the 2 of them average over 40 points. So they've got to come back in the second half, get those numbers up for this in order for this team to really have a chance of winning.
UMBC. Homies are the craziest. Yes, sir.
M5 straight representation. Okay, we got your notice out there.
Got a little pub for
They didn't
you.
even have to spend 32 cents on a stamp. Got that one on.
Packed house here, about 9,300 at the Alexander Memorial Coliseum, also known as the Thriller Dome. It's been refurbished at least a couple of times here in Atlanta. This is where Georgia Tech plays its college hoops, just almost in the heart of the city, and right down from Centennial Park, about 5 blocks. Wizards bring it up to start the second half as Bernie Bickerstaff with instructions at halftime. We'll see what he had to say. Weber springs free, backs up and shoots, and rims it no good.
A little disgusted with himself. He's had a couple of open shots and hasn't gotten them to go down. Washington to close they're starting with Darvin Ham in there, and to close the first half, they went to a trap that created some problems and some turnovers.
And
there's a turnover there.
There's another one. Dikembe Mutombo throws it out of bounds. Chris Webber now 3 of 14 from the floor. He was 3 of 13 in the first half.
Yeah, like I said, Juwan not much better, 2 for 9.
Yep.
So we've got to get those two guys going.
And Juwan took his eye off the ball. Strickland passed it to it. Rod all the way in, lays it off for Webber. And the Wizards have cut it to 9.
Well, that's the importance of having a penetrator. He was able to hang in the air to force Dikembe to come over that shot in the last split second, dish it off to Webber.
8 points for C. Webb. Wizards with that little trapping defense. Rick Kasner has not scored, replacing Mookie Blaylock, but he did have 8 rebounds in the first half. Inside for Leitner, guarded by Chaney. Short jumper's good. Christian Leitner, who was just about unstoppable the first time these two teams played, has 14 points on 6 of 7 shooting from the field. Howard going to go one-on-one with Leitner. Turns, pumps, goes up, misses everything. Ham trying for the rebound. Knocked out by Atlanta. They'll give it to Washington. Looked like Corbin knocked it out, but they give it to the Hawks.
Yeah, they did, but you had both Darvin Ham and Chris Webber going for that, so maybe the official felt that
I'll be truthful, I don't think either official knew who had the ball. They guessed at it. Leitner takes the jumper and rims it. Ham has the rebound. Strickland lays it off for Chaney. Now to Howard on the right baseline. Working in the paint, kicks it out to Strickland. He'll fire the long jumper, miss it left side. Ham the loose ball foul.
Darvin pushing in the back of Dikembe.
First Washington team foul, 3rd quarter.
First team foul on the Wizards. And the first personal foul on Darvin Ham. Inside to Mutombo against Webber, and now Strickland comes in and fouls him. He got him on the arm, and the official made the call.
But a good move by Rod. You see how he quickly went for the ball. When Mutombo had that ball down low, he quickly went for it and reached in, got a piece of the ball, but got a piece of the arm.
And Ham overplaying. Steve Smith knocks it out of bounds. 19 on the shot clock. Darvin Ham in his 2nd year from Texas Tech. Underneath and thrown away. They tried to get the alley-oop to Dikembe, but he wasn't cutting. Now Strickland, great pass. Howard the slam.
Well, that's another good idea to push the ball down quickly. Mutombo slow in reacting and getting down. They didn't have their shot blocker down there, and you saw Juwan go aggressively to the basket.
Just his 7th point of the night. Now they get it into Mutombo against Webber, and Chris knocks it away. Strickland running. 2-on-2, lays it off for Ham, up strong. Yeah. He's fouled and he scores. Got the finger roll and a pretty athletic move by Darvin Ham.
Well, you could see at half court, Rod Strickland trying to set this up. Watch him take it away from Darvin Ham's side to try and give him a little more room to operate after he dished the ball off to him. And Darvin does a good job converting that basket.
Just a 50% free throw shooter, but completes the 3-point play. And the Wizards have cut it to 6, 50-44, after trailing by as many as 18 in the first half. All alone is Tyrone Corbin. Misses. Webber the rebound. Howard turns, baseline, reverse layup. It's beautiful. And Washington has cut it to 4, and Wilkins wants time. 8:30 to go in the third quarter, and the Wizards on a 9-2 run, 50-46, Atlanta.
January 14th at 7:30 p.m. versus the Dallas Mavericks right back here at Georgia Tech. For tickets, call Ticketmaster.
High school hoops you'll see for the second annual DeMatha Invitational at the MCI Center Thursday, January 29th. DeMatha and Morgan Wooten will face off against Anderson High, the #1 ranked team in the state of Indiana. That's the featured matchup. You'll also see Gonzaga, Anacostia, H.D. Woodson, Elizabeth Seton, Thomas Jefferson, and Roman Catholic of Philly. Call 202-432-SEAT. Seats are $12.50 and $7.50.
Well, the turnovers continue to hurt Atlanta, and Washington done a good job of capitalizing on them.
Smith, an offensive foul on Smith as he cleared out with the hand, or did he step on the line?
I think they just said he stepped on the line.
That's possible too. They missed the shove that Steve Smith gave Darvin Ham before he got the ball. Here's the play. Yeah, his foot on the line. Also used his right arm to clear out, but they just called it out of bounds.
Good job by Darvin Ham.
Into Webber. Chris up strong. Gets the short jumper. Wizards have cut it to 2, 50-48.
Chris Webber.
From the outside, Eldridge Rickasner, his first basket of the game. And so the sub for Mookie finally gets some points.
Yeah, he was awfully quiet in the first half. Only 1 assist.
Ham underneath, traveled with a basketball. Hesitation, didn't know what to do with it when he caught it and walked with it. And that's too bad because the Wizards had some numbers off of that trap defensively.
Yeah, only their 4th turnover. So that's not bad. On the other side, Atlanta has 14 turnovers. Washington has 15 points from those.
And Henderson is back in the game for Atlanta, who had a good first half. Leitner all the way and doesn't get the shot off the glass.
Chris Webber, very lucky he didn't get his 4th foul. He hand-checked Leitner across the middle and then gave him a little bit of a shove.
Strickland trying to go all the way, dumps it off Howard. He's fouled and he scores.
Well, you can see the fact that Mutombo's presence not being there, they're taking everything inside, whereas when he's in the game, they're much more hesitant. They're looking for him. Now Juwan takes it strong to the basket. You have Tyrone Corbin swiping at the ball. I think he's the one that got the foul.
Yep, they called it on Corbin as Howard looks for the three-point play and gets it. Wizards have cut it to 1, 52-51 Atlanta. Ham working hard on Corbin. Rickasner with Strickland on him. 6:45 to go, third quarter. Lobbing it down to Leitner, double team, and throws it out of bounds. And the double team low with Webber and Chaney works, Phil.
Anytime you have to lob the ball that high, it's going to be ineffective because you have plenty of time for the defense to react to double team, which is what they did, and force that difficult pass out from Leitner.
Wizards look for their first lead of the game. The contest has never been tied. Atlanta has led wire to wire. Howard from 17, and there it is.
Boom.
Wizards have taken the lead, 53-52 with 6:20 to go in the third quarter.
Well, fans really getting a little anxious, more than just a little, too.
Rickasner from long range, got it.
Well, he's hit 2, so maybe he's coming to life, but he's the player that they've decided to drop off of.
Washington on a 15-7 run. Strickland all the way. Had it pulled down, and Atlanta comes up with it. Henderson all the way. Chaney mauls him. The personal on Calvert Chaney will be his second. And Alan Henderson will go to the line to shoot 2.
Alan Henderson slow in getting up. There's the block.
Wow, they really know how to block shots inside. I mean, it's not just Mutombo.
Yeah. This is one of the leading shot blocking teams in the league. Watch one more time. That's Steve Smith that actually gets the block. They're off and running. You can see that really Henderson doesn't feel totally comfortable handling the ball, and that's where he got injured. I think Darvin Ham coming over the top.
Ham or Howard, once he came down, smacked into him. I couldn't tell, but that's where the contact occurred when he got hit in the face. It wasn't on the foul by Chaney.
Yeah, Henderson a little upset.
Chaney patted him on the head to make sure he was okay, but again, the contact came afterwards. And Alan Henderson at 6'9", 235 in his third year from Indiana will step to the free throw line, and he's still not happy about the whole thing. Puts his mouthpiece in and wants to get back to work.
Seems to me like it would have be some sanitary problems with putting your mouthpiece down in your sock. I wouldn't feel that comfortable putting it down in.
Well,
just me, maybe.
There are worse places you could put it, I guess.
I think I've seen it go there before, too.
Oh, no.
Send some of these guys to Hygiene 101.
Henderson makes 1 of 2. The ball tipped away, and Chaney saves it. Atlanta just 3 of 6 from the floor in the quarter. Washington has gotten 11 shots at the hoop and made 7, 64%. Still down to 38% for the game, and they're going to call a foul on Steve Smith. Smith pointing to the underneath official, Ron Alesiak, and saying, hey, where were you? Bavetta made the call from way out.
Well, Bavetta out top was the one that made the call, but he's in a good position to see that.
Yeah, eventually you got to call that stuff.
I think they're going to tighten up with that last play on Henderson and the way he reacted.
Strickland turns and doesn't get the bounce. Atlanta back up to a 3-point lead after the Wizards took the lead by 1 at 53-52. Henderson down low, was open a moment ago and traveled with the ball.
Right now, Washington's defense is rotating superbly. They're doing everything. They're forcing a little hesitation in the pass. None of the passes are going into the heart of the defense until they're really set up defensively.
Strickland again. Oh, the pass a little too hard for Ham, who was cutting in and couldn't handle it. The Hawks have committed 16 turnovers. That's just the 4th turnover for Washington in the game, Phil. And 4th or 5th? Correction, 5th turnover. Rick Hasner, as he come to life after not scoring in the first half, and Bickerstaff needs a time. Wizards had taken the lead, but since then, 6 unanswered points by Atlanta, and they lead at 58-53. You can get in on all the NBA action by purchasing season ticket packages called 301 NBA Dunk Monday through Friday between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. For more info, and if you can't make all the games, ask about the 10 and 20 game partial plans. That's 301 NBA Dunk for details. 6 straight points by Atlanta after Washington had taken the lead, battling back from an 18-point deficit, but now it's 58-53. Hawks, Howard turnaround.
Nice move. Got the ball in the low post position right where he wanted, just turned and fired.
3-point Atlanta lead. Legler in the game. They double team. Leitner around. Weber misses the layup, but gets the rebound, and now Weber has that one.
Well, Leitner had a couple of chances to put that ball down. Washington allowed him to drive to the basket.
Strickland aiming it into Howard. Henderson on him, now double teamed to Legler, nearly threw it away. Legler out to Weber. Weber with 5 on the shot clock, way off. Tapped out by Leitner, Washington ball.
And they've got to be aware of the floor balance, and Smith had left early. If Laettner had gotten that, Washington would have given up an easy 2.
Chris hits it. His 6th field goal of the game in 18 tries. Meantime, Howard has 11 points in the 3rd quarter. Laettner scores on Weber. Back up to 3. Down low to Howard, guarded by Henderson. Got hammered from behind by Rick Kasner, and Jawan will go to the line. Howard at 75% from the free throw line right now. Against Atlanta the last time, he had 20 points and 8 rebounds in 48 minutes in that overtime loss.
Again, it's interesting. Lenny Wilkins having Dikembe out of the game. Washington really attacking the basket. Their post-up games are much more effective.
Jawan with 17 points. He's 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 7 of 15 from the floor. Misses the second. 2-point Atlanta lead. 2:44 to go, 3rd quarter.
They're really fighting Steve Smith off.
Now they double team. Smith whips it. Right side, partially blocked by Weber. Strickland to run. Out to Murray. Whips it to Legler. Ooh, he fakes, now goes up and can't get the roll. Rebound to Henderson. And Murray with a good pick for the steal.
Well, he and Rod had anticipated that pass. Oh, there. Boy, Tim Legler was off in the corner.
Howard slips down. He's okay, but the Wizards come away empty-handed.
Rod has to get down court.
Underneath, they'll call Weber with a body. That'll be the 4th personal foul on Chris Weber. Not happy about it.
That last shot, this is after that.
Very close.
Boy,
Not a lot of
didn't see a lot of contact there.
Chris trying to maintain his cool, which he has done very well this year.
But going back to that last possession, Steve, they had a 3-on-2, and Legler was spotted up in the corner, but didn't get the ball. And boy, you gotta take advantage of that opportunity, and certainly give him an opportunity to loosen up and get a little confidence. He has yet, I think, to pull the trigger from the 3-point range.
Murray has, and Murray hits. Tracy Murray, the 10th best 3-point shooter in the NBA, now has 70 on the season. 7 points for Murray. Out to Rick Kasner. Jump shot short. Rebound taken by Atlanta. Fought for, and the foul is going to be called by Elysiak.
Foul number 5, Juwan Howard. His second.
See, they are letting these guys play.
Sure.
A lot of contact from the defense. The Wizards. Let's watch it again. Underneath. Boy, that's a lot of contact. Henderson wanting the foul.
And he got it. It came late, but he got it. Jawan wanted a jump ball, but picks up his 2nd personal foul. And Henderson gets the hometown bounce. And all of this without Dikembe Mutombo, who checks into the game now to replace Laettner. Ben Wallace comes in to give Chris Weber a rest. Henderson's 2nd free throw is good.
Well, let's see if Washington's offense is going to maintain its efficiency and effectiveness, especially down low, where they've really taken advantage.
Without Weber. Strickland all the way. Now Legler's free. That's way off. Hits the shot clock, and Wizards will turn it over.
Out of bounds. Hawks ball.
Yeah, Legler missed that shot, but, you know, he's still got to
He's got to work back into it, but he's really pressing.
It's a good shot. And I just think they've got to give him a few more opportunities.
Yeah, he'll loosen up eventually, but he's working so hard to try to get back in the flow of things.
He's also working hard defensively. He's got the assignment of Steve Smith.
Smith will fire. That's strong. And big rebound from Ben Wallace. Good box out on Mutombo. 36 seconds as Strickland fires. That's no good. Legler down on the floor. They call a jump ball. You called it, Phil. He is working extremely hard defensively.
It really is, and that time going for the offensive rebound. A shot that, don't see Rod take a shot that hard. Almost pulled that one down, but got tied up with Alan Henderson.
So it's Henderson with a decided height advantage on Legler. Bavetta the toss. It's tipped to Atlanta with 30 seconds on the game clock. 26 on the game clock, 21 on the shot clock. Wizards trap. Corbin to Henderson, guarded by Howard. 10 on the shot clock. Smith against Legler. 4 on the shot clock. Smith pulls up. Strong tap in by Mutombo.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of contact going on underneath the basket.
Strickland lays it off for Murray. It won't count. It will not count. It came after the buzzer.
And that's correct.
Bickerstaff wants it, but it came after the buzzer. Watch it again.
Yeah. Got it off just a split second too late.
And so the Wizards are battling with the Hawks. 1 quarter to go in regulation. It's a 4-point Atlanta lead. Yes, coverage of Wizards basketball brought to you tonight by Red Lobster, because life on land is dry. By Miller Genuine Drafts, stay cool. By your friends at Toyota for quality and service that's simply the best. See your Toyota dealer today. Here's a look at our Geico dunk of the game.
And it's a pretty one off the assist from Rod Strickland, who draws the defense to him, kicks it over to Chris Webber. And that's a beautiful play. The Geico dunk of the game.
1 quarter to go in regulation. Steve Buckhantz with Phil Chenier and Chris Glass from Atlanta, where these same two teams will meet again Sunday in Washington. The Wizards battling back from an 18-point deficit.
Yeah, they're thinking that Atlanta's had a hard time with this trap, and especially McCaster, who's a third-year player. They want to disrupt this offense as much as they can.
Follow-up is good.
Steve Smith really using all of his 6'8" advantage over Rod Strickland that time. Ron Howard had a real good third quarter, 12 points. Seemed to have found his shooting touch.
Meantime, Steve Smith and Dikembe Mutombo were scoreless in the third quarter, Phil.
Well, I don't think Mutombo played more than 2 or 3 minutes. He came out pretty early.
Murray works free. That's strong. Big Ben, the rebound. That could have been goaltending. Knocked out of bounds. Given to Washington. Very close to goaltending.
You got to give Mutombo a lot of credit. He has the long arms. He waits to the last possible minute. So many times when he blocks a shot, it's going to look very close, and it is going to be very close to goaltending.
Especially when you got guys, and Strickland's shot is short, who play up above the rim.
Yeah.
And certainly Wallace and Mutombo both play above the rim. And when a rebounder gets a ball and finger rolls it down, it's almost impossible not to block it on the way down. Howard knocked it away.
They're having all kind of problems getting the ball into Mutombo after that first quarter, where he was so successful in getting the ball and getting his shots off.
Eccles is in the game. Webber is out of the game. Howard for Strickland. Rod's jumper. That's in and out. Loose ball foul, and it'll stay right here as it's called on Atlanta. Charge to Alan Henderson. Third on him. Second team foul.
Back in the game for the Hawks, number 52, Chucky Brown.
Chucky Brown will come back in for the Atlanta club, and Tyrone Corbin will come out. 6-point Atlanta lead. Washington grabbed the lead momentarily in the third quarter. 53-52. Eccles, that's strong. Tipped up by Mutombo, got nailed by Howard, no call. Henderson spins on Wallace, and oh, what a shot off the glass. Ben was right in his face.
Yeah, nice move, spin move, took it to the middle, then spun away to the baseline side and kissed it off the glass.
Lead back up to 8 for Atlanta.
Well, let's get out that key.
Now backs in on Mutombo, turns, shoots, and that's no good. Smith the rebound. Wizards have gone cold again.
Boy, it sure looked like Steve was double dribbling that ball. Looked like he picked the ball up, touched it with both hands.
Very close. Offensive foul charge to Atlanta. And you get it on Mutombo.
Steve, I like that call, but we don't see that call very much. We see every center in this league do that play where he throws a block on a guard. Watch him come down. Mutombo is going to set a pick on Liddell Eccles to force the switch. Now watch him come over. He's just going to throw it into it, and he's moving.
He turns.
That's a good call, yeah. But you see that so many times, and usually they just let it go.
If he'd have stayed still, it would have been okay. Eccles inside. They'll call an offensive foul on him. That's a tough call. That should have been called contact and a foul.
Yeah, because I think Laettner had his arm reaching across. Let's see if we see that. Well, no, not really.
Eight-point Atlanta lead. 9:10 to go in regulation. Chucky Brown drives on Murray. Good defense. Now takes the fadeaway and hits it. Wizards will need a time. 9:01 to go. It's back up to 10. We'll take a break. Game summary. Wizards field goal shooting is not good. Howard 12 points in the third quarter. Smith and Mutombo did not score in that quarter. But look at the scoring and the shooting to start the fourth quarter. Washington starting the fourth quarter the way they started this game. 0 from the floor.
Yeah, they've got to turn that around quickly. Also, look at the turnovers, 19-6. And that's what's helped get Washington back into this game. Those 19 turnovers by the Hawks.
Murray turns and hits. Pretty shot by Tracy Murray. They don't often see him work one-on-one and open up for the shot, but he got it that time.
Well, they had the matchup they wanted with Kastner, and he had it down on the low post.
8-point Atlanta lead. 8:30 to go regulation. Underneath, Laettner wide open, missed it, and then really fouled Murray, but no call.
6'11", did not throw that one down.
Strickland streaking. Howard, rather Weber, got it. Chris Weber back in the game. Howard on the bench.
4 quick points by Washington.
71-65. Chaney, Eccles, Murray, Weber, Strickland. And Eccles nearly stole it away. Steve Smith. Weber tips it to himself. Fires it out to Murray. Murray 1-on-3. Up strong, and he got the floor hard. On his hand, it looked like, Phil.
Boy, it did. It looked like his right wrist. Remember the other night when we were talking to him, that was iced down.
He's back up, but
he's limping on his leg, so that's a lot better than I thought. But tell you what, he really didn't have numbers there, so this is one you got to make sure he goes strong, and you see their arms lock, interlock. That's an outlet pass if I ever saw one.
And you used to see him from a guy that wore number 41.
See if we can pick up, is it the right ankle that he comes down on hard, or... Yeah, he comes down on that right ankle.
So he goes to the line, 85% free throw shooter. 20th best in the NBA. And tonight Murray making just his second free throw, 2 of 2. He's got 11 points, 4 of 8 from the floor. The Wizards are on a 6-0 run. 71-67 Atlanta. 7:40 to go, regulation.
Well, Chaney really overplaying that entry pass.
3 on the shot clock. Ball partially blocked. Chaney has it. Strickland comes up. Rod all the way. Dumps it off for Weber. And who will they give it to? Pavetta doesn't know. But Fair says it's Washington's ball.
Time and time again, Rod Strickland gets in the middle and forces defenses to make adjustments.
Murray, turnaround, big shot by Tracy Murray. He's got 13. It's a 2-point Atlanta lead.
And 8 straight by Washington.
No lead is safe in this league, is it? I mean, you got to figure every team's going to make a run. The Wizards nearly steal it away from Chucky Brown. Brown with 4 on the shot clock. Fires to Leitner. Leitner takes the jumper way off. Murray the rebound. And a call, a 24-second violation. It'll be Washington's ball.
Well, you can really see the confusion offensively of the Hawks. They have not gotten a good shot in some time. Washington's reeled off the last 8 points, but more importantly, on the other end, they forced some turnovers again, some bad shots, and now the 24-second shot clock turnover.
Henderson and his mouthpiece check back in for Atlanta. Murray drives again all the way, tried to go up, lost it, knocked out of bounds. They'll give it to Atlanta.
And that's an aggressive play. And again, because Mutombo's not in there, well, that basket is free reign.
Lenny Wilkins wants a time with 6:34 to go in regulation. It's a 2-point Atlanta lead. To go in regulation, 71-69 Atlanta. As you check the Washington Post out-of-town scoreboard, Seattle beat Boston. Knicks lead Chicago at the half. Detroit on top of Golden State, 42-38. Portland leading Minnesota at the half. Atlanta to inbound after the ball went out of bounds off Howard.
Let's go, Hawks!
Once again, they're applying that full court pressure and the trap in the corners. And they're taking them out of their offense. Ricazzo just is not really look to create something and be aggressive.
And Mutombo's still out of the game, Phil. Not sure why. Corbin swings it. Chucky Brown. Oh, he's hurt him with a couple of jumpers tonight. Brown in his 9th year from NC State. Ten on the shot clock. Down low, Howard. Dewan back to Weber. Chaney. Strickland will have to shoot and does. Misses it. Loose ball foul charged to Washington. It'll be called on Juwan Howard. That's his 3rd personal. And no shots involved. Atlanta on the side, but that was a big, big possession. Hawks by 4. Rick Kasner. Rebound chased down. Chaney has it.
That was a big possession, that loose ball. If it had gone out of bounds, you really don't know which way the official would have called it. So good reaction and recovery by Chaney.
Strickland. Leitner came out on him. Bounces it down for Howard. Juwan Strong to the hoop and gets the roll.
2 points.
Howard with 19 points. Weber has 14 and Murray 13. Leitner, Henderson, and Smith all have 16 for Atlanta. Strickland gambling. Rick Kasner double team, 5 on the shot clock. Chucky Brown again, guarded by Chaney. Puts it up, wild shot, out of bounds to Washington.
Chucky Brown allowed that shot clock to run down a little bit further than he really should have, and had to really throw a quick shot up. Didn't draw any higher.
Steve Smith in his 7th year for Michigan State, back in the game, replacing Corbin. Correction, replacing Rick Kasner. Weber going on Laettner. Cross court for Chaney. Calvert back to Juwan. Goes inside. Short jumper's too strong.
Boy, that was a nice move, though. He moved himself away from the defense.
Wizards could have used that hoop, would have tied it at 73. Strickland, he'll be offensive foul called on Steve Smith.
The wraparound, and he did it to the side right in front of Dick Bavetta with the left hand.
Hawks have 22 turnovers in the game, and Washington's on a 10-2 run.
And where you see that is right where Dick Bavetta was seeing, so that's, you saw what he saw.
Wizards could tie or take the lead. Murray measuring Laettner, and lost the ball. Laettner called time, and Murray really displeased with himself. A 22nd timeout. Critical turnover for Washington.
Well, Tracy just trying a little too hard to get the ball into Weber. And a better way to get that ball in is to not give up your dribble. Watch it again. He's dribbling around. Now he picks up his dribble, and Laettner just gets a hand on it. Boy, dribble in this situation is very precious, because both teams, I think, in these last 3 minutes and 38 seconds, are really going to pressure the ball. This game is, the way it's been played most of the game, is going to be won with defense.
Just the 7th turnover for Washington in the game, which has led to 8 Atlanta points. The Hawks have turned it over 22 times, leading to 19 Washington points. Lenny Wilkens, selected to the Naismith Hall of Fame in 1990. The only NBA member named to both the list of top 10 coaches in league history and selected as one of the 50 greatest players in league history.
That means he's contributed mightily throughout the history of the NBA. But the last 2 possessions probably of some concern, because Washington's been a little stagnant. The turnover before that, the missed shot that could have tied it. So they want to get themselves in gear and not trade baskets, get themselves back into control of this game.
3:38 to go in regulation. Last time the 2 clubs met, Washington had an 11-point lead, but lost it and had to rely on a Rod Strickland layup just to force the overtime. And then in the overtime, the Wizards failed to score a single point, and Atlanta scored all 9 to win that game. They'll play again Sunday in Washington. Wizards with a trapping defense. Smith cross court to Laettner. 10 on the shot clock. Chucky Brown, nice move. Doesn't get the call. Laettner will get fouled by Howard.
Foul number 5, Juwan Howard is fourth.
Or you can't let Chucky Brown get that wide open. And Chris Webber really just opened up to the baseline. Now, I don't know if he was supposed to have help there, but if he was, it wasn't there.
Laettner's not going to miss many free throws. Three of 3 from the line tonight. Oh, how about that? See that, Phil? Works with every team.
The old Wizard broadcaster at work. Showing some of his wizardry.
Howard, Strickland, 10 on the shot clock. Howard, left baseline, going against Henderson. Flips it out for Strickland. Murray for 3, too strong. Tipped and saved alive to Chaney. That would have tied the game,
Yeah.
too. Strickland dumps it in neat for Howard. He's fouled, and rather Weber, and he's fouled. And Chris will go to the line. A 62% free throw shooter.
Fourth foul on Alan Henderson, who's been playing very well. And probably one of the
Chris Webber steps up to
more
the
assertive
line, shooting
Hawk
two.
players today, at least.
This will be the first free throw of the night for Chris Webber. He's 7 of 19 from the floor, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 14 points.
Back in the game for the Wizards, number 31, Darvin Ham in for Tracy
As a
Murray.
team, Washington shooting 7 of 11 from the free throw line, 63.6%. Atlanta's had 21 attempts and made 14. Makes 1 of 2 to cut it to 2. 2:44 to go, regulation.
They want to post up Steve Smith down low.
Where is Mutombo all this time? Smith, backbreaker.
Yeah, that was a tough shot. Juwan slid over to help, and he had to arch that shot a little bit higher.
He only had 5 points against the Wizards in the first game. Only played 14 minutes because of back spasms. But tonight, Steve Smith has been a killer. 18 points, 7 of 14 from the floor, 3 of 4 from the free throw line.
With this big lineup that they have in there, that forces Rod to have to slide over and guard Steve Smith, who's actually playing the point. And watch, you see that he gets help from Juwan Howard at 6'9". Steve Smith's able to get that off at 6'8.5". Not much difference there.
What a shot that was.
Oh.
That's as tough as they come. Atlanta by 4, 2:10 to go, regulation. Looking in for Weber. Now they get it to him with Leitner on him. Chris drives baseline, spins, lays it up, and he's fouled again.
Chris is one of those players that can use both hands equally well. I'm surprised he didn't use the left hand to try and finish off, as opposed to watch him take the baseline, then spins back. Has to reach back with the right hand.
Called it on Alan Henderson, his 5th. Weber 1 of 2 at the line. Knocks down another one. Cut it to 3. Darvin Ham checks in for Washington. Tracy Murray on the bench. Weber makes 1 of 2. Tipped by Chaney and knocked out of bounds. Nice effort by Calvert, but couldn't quite save it in. There's Dikembe Mutombo. And the numbers on Dikembe: 6 points, 7 rebounds, only got 3 personal fouls. He's blocked a few shots tonight.
2 minutes.
Smith all the way, stops. Loose ball foul. It'll be charged on Washington. I think they got Darvin Ham.
Number 1, Wizard, Darvin Ham, the second.
Second personal on Ham, and that hurt. 1:49 to go in the 4th. 76-73 Atlanta. Leitner, somebody got a piece of it, and the Wizards came up with it.
Well, they've really aggressively trapped and double-teamed players, and we haven't seen a very aggressive Hawk team because they're backing up trying to make the pass, and that led to the turnover.
1:31 to go in regulation. It's Atlanta by 3. Basketball brought to you tonight by Safeway Food and Drug. Nobody does it better. Well, the Wizards caught a little bit of a break on this last play, Phil.
You're right, Steve. We're going to watch this double team again on Leitner. Watch Chris Webber come down on the arm of Leitner. Boy, that could have been called. It certainly led to the turnover.
They'll take it. 1:22 to go, 14 on the shot clock. Weber, now Mutombo's in the game. Chris drives, spins, fade away. Got a tough shot by Weber over Mutombo to cut it to 1.
We talked about that shot Steve Smith made. Talking about that's as tough as they come. This one was a little tougher than that.
Yep. Smith now double teamed with Strickland and Howard.
The Hawks just don't have any quickness really to.
At the buzzer. Tip in, no good. Tip again, good.
That was Alan Henderson. And Washington, I think, wanted some fouls called coming over the back, but we saw that last play that Weber missed was not called for the foul. And guess what? Kind of has a way of balancing out. No, they just had inside position there, all three of them. Smith, Alan Henderson, and Mutombo, and that's a big lineup. We talked about that before. That's forcing Rod Strickland down low there. Mutombo was up for that one, missed it, but Alan Henderson followed up.
Henderson averages just 10.4 points a game. He has 18 tonight, as does Steve Smith.
Well, before his injury, he started off the season when this team was winning their first 11 games. Alan Henderson was a big contributor at that time. And as I mentioned, they had a big game in Golden State 2 nights ago, 18 points, 10 rebounds. So he's been playing well. He's an effective player coming off the bench.
See the timeout situation. Atlanta has 2 full. Washington has 1. Last year, the Hawks 56-26. That was second in the Central Division. They beat the Pistons 3-2 in the first round of the playoffs, and then lost to the Bulls 4-1 in the Eastern Conference semifinals.
Yeah, still a lot of time. They obviously don't need a 3 right now. If the opportunity presents itself, obviously Tracy Murray would be their favorite target. But they don't have to force that shot. Both teams shooting under 40.
Under 40 for the quarter. You're right. Here we go. 43.7 seconds to go.
Get it in.
And they do to Weber. Weber drives on Mutombo. Block. They'll call a foul. Dikembe can't believe it. He wants a jump ball.
Well, that's what I was talking about in the first quarter. Force him to play out on the floor to cover a lot more territory. And you see Chris Weber drive right by him. He aggressively was going to the basket. Comes over the back. No question about that call.
It won't mean anything unless Weber makes the free throws. Chris is clutch so far tonight. 3 of 5 from the line. He's got 19 points, as does his teammate Juwan Howard. And Mutombo comes out, and Chucky Brown is in. Weber will try again. Got them both. Huge free throws from Chris Weber to cut it to 1.
No throwing objects on the court. You would be subject to arrest. Thank you.
78-77 Atlanta with 40 seconds to go. So the Wizards, barring a foul, should get the ball back.
And again, Atlanta's offense has been very slow in getting themselves into position to shoot the ball. Even though they made that last tip, it was with the shot clock winding down.
And now it's at 7. Smith going all the way on Chaney. Pulls up. Oh, what a shot. Is he clutch or what?
Well, a lot of talking going on from both sides, but that was a beautiful shot. Steve Smith handling the ball all the way and made the big shot.
The 15th best scorer in the NBA at 19.7, and here it is again.
Well, Calvert Chaney's doing a good job not allowing him to drive. Makes him pull up, shoots the fadeaway. Calvert has a hand in his face. Well, that's a big shot from that guy there.
Acquired from Miami in '94 with Grant Long for Kevin Willis. He was the Heat's first-round draft pick in '91, the 5th player taken overall in that draft. .7 seconds to go in regulation. Washington down by 3. Atlanta looking to win their 11th game at home. The Wizards looking to win their 10th game on the road. Now with 18.7, Phil, do you go for 3?
Yeah, I think you really set this play to get your shooters a 3-point shot. However, if you see a lane to the basket, go ahead and take it quickly. If you can get a sure 2 quick, go ahead and do that. The only problem is Washington has no more timeouts, and we should make that very clear, right, Steve?
Just double check that on the timeouts. Washington with none remaining. You're correct.
And he has a smile on his face saying that. That's right.
There have been 2 ties in this game. And Washington led 53-52 with 6:21 to go in the 3rd quarter. In from Murray. Weber. Underneath Howard, they nearly throw it away. Weber for 3. Little strong. Strickland and Howard battle. Chaney traveled with the basketball.
Well, I tell you, that shot to Chris Webber, we were lined up right behind it. It really looked good, but it bounced off the back of the rim.
A little bit strong. And Chaney turned around to ask the question, did I travel? The official said he did. Won't make much difference. Murray the foul. 3.17 seconds to go. 7-point Atlanta lead. So the Wizards, after battling back from 18 down to take a 1-point lead in the 3rd quarter, then let it get away again, and you just get the feeling that they dug themselves too deep a hole in this game.
Yeah, they did a valiant effort and comeback. And a couple of missed possessions in this 4th quarter where they could have tied it up. Allowed this one to slip away.
Steve Smith leads all scorers with 21 points. Makes them both, and that's going to do it.
I just heard Juwan said, we'll see you on Sunday, and that's what I like about back-to-backs.
Strickland at the buzzer. This game is over. Steve Smith and Howard and Weber both jawing at midcourt. And Chris says, yeah, I'll see you. I'll see you in D.C. And there they go. Michigan State and Michigan. Carrying that rivalry off the floor.
Yeah. Well, make sure you get out there to the MCI on Sunday, because you don't want to miss that one. They're still talking.
Look at that.
9 rebounds, 2 blocks.
Pointing fingers and talking some trash, headed to the locker room. They'll try it again on Sunday. But in the meantime, Atlanta has taken 2 in a row, the first 2 of the season against the Wizards. Washington falls to 19-18 on the year. And Atlanta improves to 21-12. Wizards basketball returns to WB50 Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock when the Wizards take on the Atlanta Hawks. And now for Phil Chenier, this is Steve Buckhantz wishing you a pleasant evening from Atlanta, Georgia. Once again, the final score, the Hawks 82, the Wizards 77. Wizards basketball has been a presentation of the NBA, CBS Cable, and Washington Sports and Entertainment. We'll see you Sunday afternoon from the MCI Center.
Ready for a